What if I told you that the biggest obstacles standing between you and the deep, lasting happiness you deserve right now might not be outside circumstances, but rather some simple, often overlooked habits? It's a surprising truth, isn't it? We picture retirement, or our later years, as a time of relaxation and joy, a reward for a lifetime of hard work. Yet, for so many, there's this persistent feeling of unease, a sense that something is missing, or even a creeping unhappiness that wasn't expected. You've earned your peace, you've earned your contentment, but sometimes it feels just out of reach. The painful reality is that, without realizing it, we can fall into certain patterns or ways of thinking that actually erode our happiness. Day by day, it's like having a slow leak in a tire. You don't notice it immediately, but eventually, you're left flat. But there's a secret here. These patterns aren't set in stone. They can be changed. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 of these common, often shocking, mistakes that older people make that can seriously get in the way of their happiness. We'll look at what they are and, more importantly, how you can easily start doing things differently to bring more joy and fulfillment into your life. Stick around and watch to the end because I promise there's something coming that will truly surprise you. Let's dive right in with the first of these surprising mistakes. And it's one that many of us probably fall into without even giving it much thought. It's the mistake of living too much in the past and not truly embracing the present. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with cherishing beautiful memories. Our past is a rich tapestry of experiences, love, and growth. Thinking about happy times, funny moments, or significant achievements can bring a smile to your face and a warmth to your heart. But there's a fine line, isn't there? When we spend too much time looking backward, we risk missing the life that's happening right now, all around us. Think about it. How often do we catch ourselves saying, things were so much better back then? Or dwelling on regrets about roads not taken or mistakes made. It's easy to get caught in a loop of what ifs or if-onlys. Maybe you think about a lost loved one constantly, replaying old conversations, which is natural and part of grieving. But it can sometimes become an anchor that keeps you from moving forward. Or perhaps you idealize a certain period, raising children, a fulfilling career, a time when you felt healthier or more vibrant, to the point where the present feels dull or inadequate in comparison. This constant looking backward does a couple of things that really chip away at happiness. First, it can lead to a lot of regret and sadness about things that cannot be changed. We can't rewind time, and agonizing over past decisions or events drains energy that could be used for enjoying today. Second, and perhaps more subtly, it prevents us from fully engaging with and appreciating the moments we are living right now. Happiness is often found in the small, everyday things. The warmth of a cup of tea in your hands. The way the light looks through the leaves outside your window. The smile of a grandchild. The taste of a good meal. If your mind is always in the past, you simply won't notice these present joys. You become less mindful, less present, and life starts to feel like it's just happening to you, rather than you actively living it. It can also create a sense of isolation. While reminiscing can be a shared activity, dwelling internally on a past that others might not share or understand can make you feel disconnected from those around you who are living in the here and now. People in your life today might not want to constantly hear about the good old days in a way that dismisses current realities. It unintentionally builds a wall. So, how do we correct this mistake? It's not about forgetting the past, but about finding a healthier balance. The key is learning to appreciate the present moment. One simple way to start is by practicing mindfulness. This doesn't have to be complicated meditation. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to really notice your surroundings. When you're eating, truly taste the food. When you're walking, Feel your feet on the ground and notice the sights and sounds around you. When you're talking to someone, listen intently without letting your mind wander to yesterday or tomorrow. Another powerful technique is gratitude. Take a few minutes each day, maybe in the morning or before bed, to think of 3 things you are grateful for today. They don't have to be big things. It could be the sunshine, a phone call with a friend, finding a parking spot, or just a comfortable chair to sit in. This simple practice trains your brain to look for the good in the present, shifting your focus away from past deficiencies. Also, consider reframing how you think about the past. Instead of dwelling on regrets, view past challenges as lessons learned, instead of just missing people. Cherish the memories as gifts and celebrate the impact they had on you, while still building new relationships and connections today. Think of the past as a foundation, not a cage. Now, closely related to getting stuck in the past is the second shocking mistake: neglecting social connections. As we get older, life changes. Children move away. Friends might move or pass on, and work environments, which often provide a built-in social network, are left behind. It becomes easier to stay home, to not make the effort, and to allow your social circle to shrink. This is a critical error because humans are fundamentally social creatures. We thrive on connection, interaction, and feeling like we belong. Loneliness isn't just an unpleasant feeling. It's been shown to have serious negative impacts on both physical and mental health. Chronic loneliness is associated with higher rates of depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, and even physical ailments like heart disease. When you isolate yourself, you lose opportunities for emotional support, stimulating conversations, shared laughter, and the simple comfort of knowing you're not alone. You might feel like a burden, or that you don't have anything interesting to contribute, but that's rarely true. Your life experience is invaluable, and your presence can brighten someone else's day just as much as theirs can brighten yours. The mistake isn't intentionally trying to be lonely. Of course, it's the passive acceptance of isolation. It's letting the garden of your social life become overgrown with weeds because it feels like too much work to tend to it. Maybe you stopped going to clubs or groups you used to enjoy. Maybe you find it harder to make new friends. Perhaps you've had a falling out or drifted apart from people, and the thought of reaching out feels daunting. But building and maintaining connections is like exercise for your happiness. It requires effort, but the rewards are immense. So, how do you counter this mistake and nurture your social life? It starts with small steps. First, make a conscious effort to stay in touch with the people you already know. Family, old friends, former colleagues. A quick phone call, a text message, or an email can go a long way. Don't wait for others to always initiate contact. Reach out yourself. Even a simple thinking of you can make a difference. Schedule regular calls with loved ones. If technology is new to you, ask a family member or friend to help you learn video calls like Zoom or FaceTime. Seeing faces can make a huge difference. Second, actively seek out opportunities to meet new people and engage with others. This could involve joining local clubs or groups that align with your interests. A book club, a walking group, a gardening club, a craft circle, a historical society, or volunteer organizations. Senior centers often have a wealth of activities designed for social interaction. Check your local library or community notice boards for events and groups. Third, be open to striking up conversations with people you encounter in your daily life. The cashier at the grocery store, the person sitting next to you on a park bench, the librarian. Simple pleasantries can sometimes open doors to more meaningful interactions or simply add a little bit of positive human connection to your day. Don't be afraid to be the one to suggest getting together. Invite a neighbor over for tea. Suggest a walk in the park with an acquaintance. Or organize a casual get-together with a few people you enjoy spending time with. Putting yourself out there can feel vulnerable, but it's essential for combating isolation. Letting go of past relationships that might have been difficult is also part of this. Holding on to grudges or hurt can prevent you from opening up to new possibilities for connection. Focus on building positive relationships in the present. These two mistakes, dwelling on the past and neglecting social ties, are powerful happiness disruptors. But by actively shifting your focus to the present and intentionally nurturing your connections, you can start to see a real difference. It's about being proactive rather than passive in your pursuit of joy. Now that we've talked about looking backward too much and the importance of staying connected, let's move on to a third mistake that can really dim your sparkle as you get older. And it's something that sounds simple, but has profound effects stopping the process of learning and growth. You might think, well, I've finished school, I've had my career, my kids are grown, what more is there to learn? But this mindset is a trap. The human brain, like a muscle, needs exercise to stay strong and vibrant. When we stop challenging ourselves mentally, we don't just risk cognitive decline, we lose a vital source of curiosity, excitement, and purpose. Think about the thrill of learning something new, mastering a new skill, understanding a complex topic, exploring a different culture, or even just figuring out how to use a new gadget. That feeling of accomplishment, of expanding your horizons, is incredibly rewarding. When you stop learning, the world can start to feel smaller, less interesting, and you might feel like you're just going through the motions. Boredom can set in, and a lack of mental stimulation can lead to feelings of stagnation and unhappiness. You might feel like you have nothing new to talk about, or that you're falling behind the times. This mistake isn't about needing another degree or starting a new career from scratch. It's about maintaining an active, curious mind. It's about recognizing that growth isn't something that stops at a certain age. Every day offers opportunities to learn something new. So, how do you counteract this mistake and keep your mind engaged? Make learning a deliberate part of your life. This could take many forms. Depending on your interests, have you always wanted to learn a new language? There are countless apps and online resources available, many of them free. Interested in history, science, or literature? Look for online courses, documentaries, or nonfiction books. Your local library is a fantastic resource for books on any topic imaginable. Often has free computer and internet access, and sometimes even offers classes or lectures. Perhaps you want to learn a new practical skill: knitting, painting, playing a musical instrument, woodworking, or gardening. These not only challenge your brain but also give you tangible results and a sense of accomplishment. Look for local classes at community centers, craft stores, or art studios. Don't be afraid to start as a complete beginner. Everyone does. Embracing technology is also a powerful way to keep learning and stay connected to the world. Learning how to use a smartphone, tablet, or computer, exploring the internet, using email, or joining social media can open up new avenues for communication, learning, and staying informed. It might feel intimidating at first, but there are many resources, including classes specifically designed for older adults, to help you get started. Don't let the fear of technology isolate you further or make you feel obsolete. It's a tool that can bring the world to your fingertips. Even simple habits like reading newspapers, doing crossword puzzles or Sudoku, playing brain training games, or engaging in thoughtful discussions can help keep your mind sharp and engaged. The key is to expose yourself to new information and challenge your brain regularly. This keeps you interesting to yourself and others, and it prevents that feeling of mental dullness that can contribute to unhappiness. Now, let's talk about the fourth shocking mistake, and this one is about neglecting your physical self. I know. It might seem obvious that taking care of your body is important, but it's astonishing how many people let their physical health slide as they get older, and how much this impacts their happiness. When I talk about physical health, I'm not just talking about avoiding serious illnesses, although that's crucial. I'm talking about the simple, everyday things that affect your energy levels, your mobility, your ability to do the things you enjoy, and even your mood. As we age, it's true that our bodies change. We might have aches and pains we didn't used to have. things might not work quite as smoothly, and the idea of exercise can feel daunting or even impossible. The mistake is letting these changes become an excuse to stop moving, to stop eating well, and to stop prioritizing your physical well-being. When you neglect your physical health, a cascade of negative effects can follow that directly impact your happiness. Low energy makes it harder to do anything, socialize, pursue hobbies, or even manage daily tasks. Pain or stiffness can limit your mobility, making you more reliant on others and preventing you from enjoying activities you once loved, like walking in the park or playing with grandchildren. Poor nutrition can affect your mood, your sleep, and your overall vitality. And the feeling of losing control over your own body can be incredibly disheartening and contribute to feelings of frustration and helplessness. It's a vicious cycle. You feel less energetic, so you do less, which makes you feel even less energetic and perhaps puts on weight or makes muscles weaker, which makes doing things even harder, and so on. This can lead to a downward spiral that is detrimental to your physical and mental state. The good news is that it's almost never too late to start making positive changes. And even small improvements can make a significant difference in how you feel and what you can do. Correcting this mistake is about finding ways to incorporate healthy habits into your routine in a way that works for you, right now. First and foremost, movement is medicine. You don't need to run a marathon or lift heavy weights. Start where you are, if you're currently inactive. Begin with gentle stretching or short, slow walks. Even 10-15 minutes of walking a day can improve your circulation, boost your mood, and increase your energy levels over time. As you feel stronger, you can gradually increase the duration or pace. Consider activities like swimming, water aerobics, gentle yoga, tai chi, or even just dancing to your favorite music at home. Find something you enjoy, and it will be much easier to stick with it. Consistency is more important than intensity. Pay attention to what you eat. Focus on nutrient-dense foods, fruits, vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. Limit processed foods, sugary drinks, and excessive amounts of unhealthy fats. Eating well provides your body with the fuel it needs to function optimally, affecting your energy, your mood, and your ability to stay active. If you have specific health conditions or dietary needs, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian for personalized advice. Getting enough quality sleep is also crucial. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Establish a regular sleep schedule. Create a relaxing bedtime routine, and make your bedroom conducive to sleep. Dark, quiet, cool. Poor sleep affects everything from your mood and cognitive function to your physical health. Regular checkups with your doctor are also a must. Don't skip appointments. Discuss any concerns you have, and follow their advice regarding medications, screenings, and lifestyle changes. Being proactive about managing existing health conditions can prevent them from worsening and limiting your happiness. Taking care of your physical self isn't about chasing some unattainable ideal of youth. It's about empowering yourself to live as independently and vibrantly as possible for as long as possible. It's about having the energy and mobility to do the things you love, spend time with the people you care about, and feel comfortable and capable in your own body. When you feel better physically, it's much easier to feel happier overall. Ignoring your physical health is like trying to build a beautiful house on a shaky foundation. Eventually, it will impact everything above it. So, we've covered the pitfalls of dwelling on the past, letting go of social ties, stopping mental growth, and neglecting our physical health. These are significant, often subconscious, barriers to happiness in our later years. But there's a fifth mistake, one that can be particularly challenging because it touches on our sense of self-worth and place in the world, and that is losing your sense of purpose or routine. For much of our lives, our days and weeks are structured by work, raising children, or other significant responsibilities. These roles often give us a clear sense of purpose. We know why we get up in the morning, what needs to be done, and who depends on us. But as life transitions happen, retirement, children leaving home, changes in health or circumstances, that built-in structure and purpose can disappear, leaving a void. This vacuum can be incredibly unsettling. Without a reason to get up or something meaningful to do, days can feel long, empty, and directionless. You might feel like you've lost your identity, especially if a large part of it was tied to your career or role as a full-time caregiver. This lack of purpose and routine can lead to feelings of boredom, apathy, restlessness, and even depression. You might feel like you're just drifting, without anywhere specific to go or anything important to contribute. This feeling that your most productive or valuable years are behind you is a potent happiness killer. The mistake is not actively working to create new structures and new sources of meaning in your life after the old ones fade away. It's passively accepting that life might feel less purposeful now, rather than seeing this phase as an opportunity to define purpose on your own terms. Finding or creating a new sense of purpose doesn't have to be about changing the world, though it certainly can be. It's about finding something that gives your days structure, provides a sense of accomplishment, and makes you feel useful and engaged. How do you combat this mistake and build a purposeful life? It starts with exploration and openness. Think about what genuinely interests you, what you care about, and what kind of activities bring you a sense of satisfaction. Volunteering is a wonderful way to find purpose and connect with your community. There are countless organizations that need help, from schools and hospitals to animal shelters and environmental groups. Contributing your time and skills to a cause you believe in can provide a powerful sense of meaning and connection. It reminds you that you still have valuable contributions to make. Pursuing hobbies and passions vigorously can also provide structure and purpose. Maybe there was something you always wanted to do but never had the time for. Learn photography, write a book, paint, delve into genealogy, restore furniture, or become an expert on a particular topic. Dedicating time to these pursuits creates routine and offers goals to work towards. Whether it's completing a project, improving a skill, or sharing your passion with others, mentoring is another fantastic way to use your life experience for good. Share your knowledge and wisdom with younger generations, whether formally through a program or informally with family members or people in your community. Feeling that your years of experience are valuable and can help others is incredibly fulfilling. Even creating a simple, fulfilling daily or weekly routine can provide structure and a sense of control. This could involve dedicating specific times for exercise, hobbies, social calls, learning, or quiet relaxation. Having something to look forward to each day or week. Even if it's just a regular coffee date with a friend or time set aside for your favorite book, can make a big difference. Finding purpose in later life is about redefining what contribution and meaning look like for you. Right now, it's about actively choosing to engage with life, to use your time and talents in ways that feel significant, and to create a structure that supports your well-being. Don't wait for purpose to find you. Go out and create it. This is the surprising truth. Happiness in our later years isn't just about relaxing. It's about continuing to live a life that feels meaningful and engaged. So, we've explored these 5 significant hurdles that can stand in the way of your happiness getting stuck in the past instead of living now. Allowing social connections to wither, stopping the vital process of learning and growing, neglecting your physical health and energy, and losing that crucial sense of purpose and routine. It's easy to fall into these patterns. They can be subtle. They can creep up on us without realizing the profound impact they have on our daily joy and overall well-being. But here's the truly encouraging part, and maybe the surprising thing I mentioned earlier: none of these mistakes are permanent. They aren't conditions you have to simply accept. Every single one of them can be addressed with awareness and conscious effort. You have the power to steer your own ship, to make different choices, and to actively cultivate a life filled with more happiness, connection, and meaning. Right now, at this stage of your life, remember, small changes really can make a monumental difference. You don't have to tackle all 5 of these areas at once, or make drastic overhauls overnight. Choose one that resonates most with you, one that feels like the biggest drain on your happiness. And start there. Maybe it's making a commitment to call one friend a week. Maybe it's deciding to spend 15 minutes every morning simply noticing the world outside your window with gratitude. Perhaps it's signing up for that online class you've been thinking about. Or just starting with a gentle walk around the block each day. Or maybe it's identifying one small way you can feel useful. Whether it's helping a neighbor or dedicating time to a hobby project, be patient and kind to yourself. There will be days when it's hard, when you slip back into old habits. That's okay. The key is to notice it, not to judge yourself, and just gently guide yourself back onto the path you want to be on. Progress, not perfection, is what matters. Think about the compounding effect of these small changes. If you start moving a little more, you'll likely have a bit more energy. With more energy, you might feel more inclined to socialize or pursue a hobby. As you socialize more and engage in activities you enjoy, you'll feel more connected and purposeful, which in turn boosts your mood and makes it easier to maintain those physical and mental habits. It creates a beautiful upward spiral of well-being and happiness. Your later years can absolutely be a time of immense joy, fulfillment, and peace. You have a wealth of experience, wisdom, and resilience. Don't let these common, often unconscious, mistakes rob you of the happiness you've earned and deserve. By becoming aware of them and taking intentional steps to counteract them, you are investing in your own well-being and creating a richer, more vibrant life for yourself. What are your thoughts on these mistakes? Have you recognized any of these patterns in your own life, or perhaps in the lives of people you know? What steps are you already taking, or are you inspired to take? To boost your happiness, I'd love to hear from you. Sharing your experiences and ideas in the comments below can also help others who are watching and feel they are facing similar challenges. Your perspective is valuable. If you found this video helpful or insightful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps this message reach more people who could benefit from it. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. We share videos regularly on topics just like this, aimed at helping you live your best life at every age. Don't miss out on future tips and inspiration. Remember this: your happiness is within your control, more than you might think. By avoiding these common mistakes and actively choosing to live in the present, nurture your connections, keep learning, care for your body, and find purpose, you are setting yourself up for a truly fulfilling and joyful chapter of your life. Live your best life at every age you absolutely can.